I'm going to show you how to make a really cool quilled flower. And although it is basic, it is really cool and you can do some fun things with it. So this is a great beginner lesson. If you're interested in learning quilling, you can see how I'm going to show you step by step how to make this awesome quilled flower. Now of course quilling is more than just flowers, so I've created a course that goes into all different kinds of designs. I'll talk to you more about that after your free lesson, but here goes. Let's make a quilled flower. Now for this flower, I'm going to show you everything you need. We're going to do 2 of the hot pink, 2 of the light pink, 2 of the teal, and then 1 purple. Now if you'll notice, I'm using different widths of the strips here. All of these 3 colors are in 3/8 inch, and then this one is in 1/8 inch. So it's okay to mix and match your different widths if you'd like. Now for this, I'm also going to be using a paper crimper. This is a large one. You can get these in smaller sizes and they're not that expensive, but it is nice to have on hand. I'm also going to be using a pair of fine tip tweezers. This is really helpful. And of course, a slotted quilling tool. You can also use a needle tool if you'd like, but I find that the slotted tools really are much easier to use, especially for a beginner. And then you'll need some kind of glue. You always want to be sure that you're using a clear glue and that it's not going to be tacky. So I'm just going to pull these apart. The paper comes glued together at the ends in a pack, so I'm going to pull those apart on either end, and then I'm going to clean off this end and just make sure that I don't have any glue, because you don't want that. There you go. And I've already went ahead and done that with the other ones. So first I want to show you, we're going to do 6 petals for our flower. I'm using an entire strip here, but I don't want it that long, so all I need to do is I'm going to fold this over into thirds. So just folded it over into thirds and then fold it down. Come up here and just crease it down, and then I know where to just gently break it apart. So there's 1 strip. Tear it. We never want to cut it with the scissors. It's much better to tear it. Your glue will adhere much easier. There you go. So now I have all of these strips in pink in the same size. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing with our light pink. Move the other one aside. I don't want to work with this whole strip here because my flower will be way too big. So I have 2 strips and I need to make them into 6. So all I'm going to do again is just fold them into thirds. Okay, takes just a bit of practice with your hands. Here you go, I folded them into thirds. I'm just going to fold it down. There we go, and now I know where to pull it apart. Just look at my crease marks and then pull it apart there. Alright, so now that I have all these together, we're actually going to make this 2 colors. So each petal is going to have 2 colors. So I'm going to pull a light pink and a dark pink. Then I'm going to put a dab of glue. Now if you see the glue there, that is way too much. With quilling we want to just use a tiny bit. So I'm going to go ahead and just wipe it off as best I can. You can even use your needle tool if you're not using that. And then we're just going to overlap these ends just a tad. Now you can also hold these together with a pair of fine tip tweezers if you'd like. Okay, and as soon as that is done, we'll move it aside so it can dry, and we're going to do the rest the same way. So I'm just going to do the rest of these, gluing them together, and then I'll meet you right back here. Okay, now that I have all of my strips glued down together, we are going to have some fun. I'm going to move these aside so you can see what I'm doing here. Now we're going to put it through our crimper. All you need to do is insert it into the crimper just a bit and then get a good tight grasp on it down here. Then we're just going to turn the crank and it comes through and out the other side, and it is crimped paper, which is really fun. Just gives it a new dimension to your quilling. It's really easy. That's all you need to do. And then look, this is what it turns out to be.